on T.I.'s new Expeditiously podcast. Actually a decent podcast. If you got time to check it out, do so. On T.I.'s Expeditiously podcast, he started this top 50 rappers conversation. And I think it's bolted down to the top 50 rappers of Atlanta, Georgia. First off, the fact that Atlanta is so popping that they're able to do a top 50 rappers list is beyond me. Like, how many cities can do a top 50 rappers list? Like, New York would have to include all 5 of their boroughs to do that. Like, a top 50 list. Only New York and certain parts of, like, only New York could do that. And that's a whole state compared to one city in Atlanta. Atlanta is popping. The fact that they're able to do that just tells you how much pull and just how popping Atlanta has been for the last 25 years, because pretty much every artist has come out in the last 25 years on this list. So what I want to do is throw this list on the screen. I don't know who created this list, but Gucci Mane posted it and he is literally pissed about this list. So I'm going to throw this bad boy up on your screen. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this list. Genuinely, top 50 rappers of Atlanta. So at number 1, we got Andre 3000. Okay, we got T.I. at 2, CeeLo Green at 3, Luda at 4, Killer Mike at 5, Sci-Hi the Prince at 6, 2 Chainz at 7, Big Boy at 8, 9 J.I.D., 10 B.O.B., 11 Offset, number 12 Young Dro, 13 Gucci, 14 Jeezy, 15 Future, 16 Thug, 17 Takeoff. We got Jody Breeze, 18, Sean Paul of Youngbloods at 19, Big Gip at 20. I'm not that familiar with him. I'm not Atlanta. Let me set out that disclaimer. I am not Atlanta. Alright, I'm just giving my opinion on it. I'm not from Atlanta. Bankroll Fresh, rest in peace, 21. Quavo, 22. Russ, 23. 24, Gunna, 25, Lil Baby. Shit, I might as well ride this list out. 26, Waka. 27, Alley Boy. 28, Scotty ATL. 29, Pee Wee Longway. 30, we got Rich Homie Quan. What up to my dog, Rich Homie? Number 31, we got Pastor Troy. 32, Rocco. We got 33, 21 Savage. 34, Dope Boy. 35, Trouble. 36, Nudie. 37, Mac Boney. 38, K Camp. 39, Schoolie. 40, Slick Pooler. 41, we got Young Juck. Oh, wow. 42, we got Backbone. 43, Young LA. I remember Young LA. 44, Shawty Low. 45, OJ the Juice Man. 46, Sammy Sam. 47, Wi-Fi and Lucci. 48, Bohagan. 49, Kilo. And 50, we got Fabo. I got Fabo closing that bad boy. Yeah. Okay. What stands out to me about this list? There's a couple things I thought. I am fine with Andre 3000 being number 1. Reason being, Andre 3000 has this mythical legend about him that you're not going to be able to argue against, right? Look, I think dude should have put out more music. I think we should have got solo projects from him. But the small sample size we did get from Andre 3000, one half of Outkast, was so incredible and is so implanted in people's minds. I think when niggas think Andre 3000, they think about the what if. Like, it's like, imagine if Zion Williamson, now of the New Orleans Pelicans, the number 1 pick coming out of Duke, imagine if he has 3 amazing seasons, but the Pelicans never have any success as a team, right? Like, but he's amazing. And he gets injured, and God forbid this happens, and he has a career-ending surgery after 3 years, or hell, I don't know, he catch HIV like Magic did or something like that. I ain't wishing this on nobody. I'm just throwing an example out there. Right? It's a very terrible example. Then I feel like somehow, some way, like what if Zion averages 40 points and 20 rebounds? I feel like people are going to say he was one of the greatest of all time based off of who he could have been. From that small sample size, he was so great, then we just going to project. Kind of we do it with D-Rose. D-Rose got an MVP, but never won a ring, and people are saying he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I think it's the Andre 3000 is the D-Rose syndrome. So I can't argue with that. Number 2, T.I. Look, so whoever made this list, I think there are 2 things trying to go on, and I tell people all the time on the sports side, you can't do this. So you can't argue in the same conversation who could rap better and who had a better career. You can't do both. And I look up and down this list, you're trying to throw 2 different narratives. Like if you want to have a top 50 rapping dudes from Atlanta, we probably see some guys who not in the mainstream light, right? Like, we see some other guys on this list that never had a hit. So you're kind of doing, that's why I hate these lists. You're kind of doing guys who could rap, but you're also kind of doing guys who had a lot of success. Like, what is the criteria? Because to me, JID ain't got it. He's at 9 on this list. He ain't got enough sweat equity in the game to be even considered a top any kind of rapper. Not yet, at least, in regards to his career. But if you want to bring up, can JID rap? He can rap his ass off. Salute to the whole Dreamville camp. He could rap his ass off. But at what point do I say, yo, he's a great rapper, but hell, maybe I'm the greatest rapper you ever heard at my desk right now. I'm in my studio right now. If I never materialize it and have a career, how can that career matter? So I think the juggle between who's a great rapper versus who had a great career always just throws everything off. So you see people trying to mix these things in together. So T.I. too, look, T.I. the Urban Legend era, that's one of my favorite projects of all time. T.I. was my favorite rapper at this point. That Rubber Band Man, that whole era, like, yo, homie, he's one of them ones. At 2 though, I don't know. CeeLo Green at 3, to me personally, I don't think, and I'm no spokesman for Atlanta. I'm not from Atlanta. CeeLo Green's music, to me, doesn't define the Atlanta era. Atlanta has been the trap era. I don't think his music defines it. That's just my opinion. Luda at 4. Luda's interesting because Luda had at Luda's peak for 4 or 5 years. He was amazing. Videos super creative. I thought he brought something new to the game. It was like a little bit of Busta Rhymes-ish, but he brought it with a down south element. Super dope. But outside of that, Luda has been irrelevant as a rapper outside of that 4 or 5 years little swing. By the way, impactful actor, impactful businessman. Trust me, I cover Luda Days weekend every year in Atlanta. What he does in the community is amazing. But lyricist, top 5 all time in Atlanta, I don't think top 5. When I think top 5, I don't think Luda. Killer Mike. So I just told y'all CeeLo Green doesn't represent Atlanta. I think Killer Mike does. There's a difference. Killer Mike is rapping about a lot of political issues, a lot of things happening locally in the community of Atlanta. He banks black, if I'm not mistaken. He got businesses black for sure in Atlanta area, barbershop, all that great stuff. He represents Atlanta to me. Is it the trap era of Atlanta? No. But he's kind of the other side of that. So to me, Killer Mike represents Atlanta more than a CeeLo Green does. And even a Luda, to me at least. Saha can rap, but I don't like putting niggas like that in these conversations. Because to me, Saha the Prince just ain't done enough with some of these other names. I'm gonna skip 2 Chainz for a second. I'll come back to 2 Chainz. Big Boy is a phenomenal rapper, but I think people look at him as the clearly lower half of Outkast. Just is what it is. B.O.B. again. B.O.B. can rap. B.O.B. had huge records. I don't think top 10 Atlanta rapper when I think B.O.B. though. Probably unfair to him. Offset, number 11. Offset, in my opinion, Offset will have a chance because he's going to have a lot of individual success. He can rap better than Quavo. I wouldn't say he's a better rapper than Takeoff, but he's for damn sure a better rapper than Quavo. And because of the Cardi B connection, I got a feeling Offset's going to put some major hits on the board. I think Offset has become the most popular member of the Migos, and I never thought he'd pass Quavo. I think he's the most sought out member of the Migos because of just the fame around him, his relationship, all that. So Offset, I'm going to put an asterisk by him because I don't know where Offset's going to end up at. Young Dro, number 12. No, I'm sorry. And Young Dro, by the way, Young Dro has had hit records, like more hit records than a lot of guys on this list. Like I'm talking about, he comes with one like every 3, 4, 5 years. No, he's not a top. I don't care what list you do. No. Gucci. Now, Gucci was the one who reposted this. He's super upset at his position at 13. If we're talking relevance to Atlanta, Gucci, Jeezy, and Future, so 13, 14, and 15 have to be top 5. Gucci, to a lot of people, will be number 1 on this list. Because Gucci, he's the street rapper. He represents Atlanta for sure. He He's shown a lot of love to a lot of these artists that's on this list. Gucci has been the cosign for a lot of these artists, like a Thug, like the Migos even. Gucci was a part of that. A lot of the producers that helped create music with a lot of these guys on the list, Gucci was the cosign. We've seen Gucci progress from fat Gucci to skinny Gucci. He's on the health tip. I think that means something. Just because niggas know the real Gucci. You know what I mean? I think that you literally been able to watch Gucci grow up. He's got mainstream appeal at this point in his career. Right? Like, Gucci crosses off a lot of things on this list. To me, at least. So if somebody were to have Gucci top 5, I'd get it. Because how much better a rapper is T.I. than Gucci? I'm not sure. And Gucci's had more success than T.I. in the last decade, musically. Gucci's been more relevant than Luda, musically. Gucci's mixtape era is Atlanta, right? So Gucci, and then to me, Jeezy, again, at his peak, Jeezy had records that rang off, a lot of them. And I can argue that Future over the last decade, he's been pretty much the staple of Atlanta. So 13, 14, and 15 to me could easily be 1, 2, and 3. To be real with you, I'm going down this list. Takeoff can rap his ass off. He's 1/3 of a group, but it's kind of almost the Big Boy effect, right? Takeoff can rap his ass off, just like Big Boy of Outkast. But clearly the lesser of the 3 brands between, and I think brand do mean something. Impact. He clearly is the lesser of the 3 between his other 2 Migo counterparts. I don't know. And then Thug, I see Thug in 16. Thug is interesting. Thug has a huge influence in the sound, even with like younger artists like Lil Keed and all that. They clearly are influenced by Thug. But rapper? Because Thug can rap, but I don't think, like I said, these lists get confusing as fuck. Like, Thug has had top 10 impact in Atlanta over the last 5-7 years for sure. Bankroll Fresh, rest in peace, Bankroll Fresh. His career didn't materialize. Unfortunately, we lost Bankroll Fresh. And I got one of the last Bankroll Fresh interviews too. I met dude and talked with him, chit chat with him. Cool dude. I don't know. You're playing a conversation of what he would have been. Unfortunately, we never. To put him over Quavo, I think is a tad bit disrespectful. And I don't think rap when I think Quavo. But I mean, Quavo's having a hell of a career. Lil Baby, I think is gonna climb up this list. I believe he is. Flocka's interesting because I don't ever look at Flocka as a lyricist, but Flocka has had top 20 impact on the rap game from out of the Atlanta area. Rich Homie had impact. Pee Wee's been one of those consistent rappers. I don't know if he ever eclipsed 100. This list is interesting. We got Rocco. 21 Savage, I believe, is going to have a chance to climb this list. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this list in the comment box below. Very interesting top 50. Not my top 50. And Gucci's clearly upset about it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment box below. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids, they tuned in.
We locked in right now,
Mr. Taliaferro.
Mr. Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV.